I want to talk to you guys a little bit today about doubt, self-doubt. You know, that voice in your head. Because this sport is really simple. A lot of it just boils down to, well, how hard you are willing to go. Your mental state, the way that you approach a race, plays such a big role in that space, and I'm not sure it gets talked about enough. And if it doesn't get talked about enough, I don't think it gets shown what an effect it has enough. So to do that, we're going to jump into a crit race that I did really recently, and we're going to pick it apart. Welcome back to Eastern Creek for the first time post-COVID. Guys, just on screen, I just want to point this out metrics-wise. You can see just a little bit there with that power data. It's about 3 seconds delayed. Okay, so just pay that in mind, and also the heart rate. Even from me, I don't believe this data. It's pretty low. So I got a feeling that we're about to 10-15 beats low. Just pay that in mind as this plays out. But let's fast forward up to the second lap. And this is my camera, and it's coming into the draggy part of the course, 600, 700 meters uphill. And well, I'm a little bit too far back to kind of see the key moment. Dan van der Laan isn't. Dan is up from Adelaide. We've allowed him in, and he's a little bit further up the bunch. And he is in a great position to see the 3 guys right here, right now, slide off the front. Well, I can tell you right now, they're not sliding off the front. That's about a 600 or 700 watt slide off the front. Why didn't you go with it, Dan? Anyway, another story. But what you're going to see right now is that moment, isn't it? Look at everyone on the front. Oh, looking at each other, fanning across the road. Even this old slow bloke back here, me, knows it as well. And you can see the sit-up happening, and I'm creeping around, I'm having a little look. What's going on there? Is it, I recognise that person. That's an Australian kit. I recognise that person. Uh-oh. Look, this is just a moment. You got to go. You got to have a crack. And there the 3 guys are. I was probably a bit slow getting away, but that's my challenge for the next lap, is to try and get across to those 3 guys. So we're going to zoom along to what has to be, and this is completely off topic, one of the best corners in Australian bike racing. Back to Dan's camera, let's have a look at the gap I've got. That's the white jersey going around the corner. Not much. Not much at all. So this is back to me. The guys are just up there in front. We're going to fast forward to this last left-hander, the long left-hander, draggy thing, and you can see the gap. They're just under the lap time there. I'm probably not closing this gap on myself, am I? I am not closing this gap by myself. Back to Dan's camera. There's me. There's the bunch. It's not a big gap. Back to my camera, and that rider is about to come past me, and it's the moment I want to talk about. So there's a reason you guys haven't been seeing many videos from us lately, and it's because, well, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in our life, in personal life, professional life, with the team, all that kind of stuff. Why am I telling you this in a race video? Every cyclist does it. We all doubt ourselves at every moment. I feel rubbish. My position's wrong. I haven't eaten the right breakfast. So many things go through our heads. And when you add another layer of that with life and work and family, it can all start to play in your mind. And at a moment like that, those doubts are, nah, can't go with that. So we'll play it on, and the rider comes past me. Now, okay, maybe I didn't have the acceleration to go there, but I tell you what, I would have had the acceleration to go here. And if I'm doing that, then maybe this, and the doubts in my mind stopped me. And you can see, going back to Dan's camera, the rider comes past me, the next rider comes, it's already in a sit-up moment here. The moment is gone. Getting pretty good at finding all the errors that I made, but I don't always get it wrong. I don't always doubt myself. And I want to show you maybe a quick example of not actually doubting myself, being positive. So let's jump into a Heffron race, and as you can see, top left, we're just over half an hour into what has been a really, really hard bike race. But here's a mentality shift. Okay, I just want to show you this, and what we're about to see is, I suppose, the first moment of, well, am I committed? Am I doubting any part of myself? And it's coming up now. Pretty similar to that moment earlier, wasn't it? A rider goes past, a bit faster. I'm at the front of the race. There's a gap to the bunch behind. Do I go to that next level? Is the brain clear enough to do it? Well, on this occasion, I do. I do actually grit my teeth and go for it and make that little effort. And as this plays out again, it's not, and you all know this from bike racing, they're not just one-off moments, these moments. Sometimes they happen repeatedly, and well, it's going to happen again. Do I make this commitment again? Are there any doubts? We're at the front of the race, it's a small gap, I have to go again. Can I do it? Well, I know I can do it, but do I know I can do it? Well, on this occasion, I do. Why am I going that bit deeper on this day than in the other race? The training had been pretty much the same all week. I had pretty much the same stresses that week on and off the bike. But why this day? Okay, again, this can be filed under the too personal thing, but I didn't have a fear of failure on this day. Sometimes you can approach a race and be scared of it and be scared of getting dropped, okay? That's what it boils down to. For some reason in this race, getting dropped didn't bother me. And I don't know why, but I can remember thinking on the start line, I'm just going to go as hard as I can, and if I don't finish, I don't finish. Whereas in the other race, maybe I'd put some pressures on myself, bigger field, different competitors, that I couldn't embarrass myself maybe. And being solo, trying to bridge across, I feared failure. And so when I got to that point at the top of the corner and turned around and saw the bunch, I just thought, you know what? I can't get dropped here, so just go back and sit in. It's embarrassing being out here and not getting across. This has been a really, really cathartic thing for me to do. So I'm sorry if it's been a bit personal, but yeah. Sure, this again can probably be filed under the too much information card on YouTube, and feel free to not comment on this. Geez, I'm terrible at promoting this channel, aren't I? My point really is that a lot of this can be personal, but the question I want to ask you is what do you guys do to sometimes overcome this? Because we've all been in this position. You've had a stressful week at work, you've had a terrible week with the family, it's been really tense, and there you are. You're on the start line thinking to yourself, oh, I haven't done enough goes this week, oh, my training this week was terrible, oh, and you're already talking yourself out of a good ride. And I see guys flick it and be able to go, well, instead of that being a negative, being, well, who cares then? And that great who cares attitude that can sometimes free people up. It's such an interesting little space, I reckon, and I'd love for you guys to jump in the comments below. Whistling content. Thank you very much for all your feedback on the Campag mechanical group set, or just the mechanical group set vlog in general. Yeah, that has been a really interesting discussion, and as I pointed out in one of an earlier vlog, I kind of gave you guys a choice of what you would like to see, and that was clearly something that everyone's interested in. The next sort of step, sort of in the equipment side of stuff that I want to talk a little bit about, is the Devel bike. Always said this from the very, very beginning. Anytime I talk about products with you and I do a review and it's a product that I've received quite a solid discount on, or it's something that clearly we want to promote, that I'm never going to do it as an out and out review. It'll always be an experience type video, and that's the way I will approach the Devel one, and it's what we're working on with the team at the moment. Speaking of the team, so we closed the applications for the EOIs for 2021 over the weekend. Again, just been blown away by the sheer volume and the talent of applications that came in, which, yes, I mentioned it in the Mindspace video. It's just one of the things playing on our mind at the moment is obviously this sort of wave of talented people applying to get on the team, and that's fantastic. But it's also, and this is okay, this is something that I really want to talk to you guys about whether there is an interest for it, an appetite for you to learn about this and our experience, I would love to know, because my God, it is such an incredible chicken and eggs. You know, you'd love to take sort of 50 riders, incredibly talented riders, put them all on your roster and they'd all be in the kit. But of course, how do you do that? Well, you've got to be well funded. How you balance things like the talent a rider might have or the location a rider might be in. Because, for example, like if a rider living in location X and all the racing is in location Y, well, what's the point of having extremely talented rider in location X because they can't get to the racing? So there's all these things, and that's only the riders. Then we're going to talk about the support staffs, the logistics, getting people equipment. I know you guys would be interested in all that. I'm more than happy to kind of share, like, it's all consuming. I just genuinely don't think people realize how all consuming it is. So yeah, do let me know. Like I had someone say to me the other day, is Nero going to do an alternate calendar in 2021? Like EF. I'm like, yeah, would love to. Have you got a spare 30 grand? Like, you know, it doesn't just happen. But for now, that is us done. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, guys. Like the video and do share it on especially if you want to sort of share this with someone who's maybe doubting himself a little bit on the bike. Guys, we will see you super soon. Catch you in the next one. Oh no, I just used bloody, what's his name's friggin' throw off line. Probably get sued for that. Anyway, bye-bye. Well done, Greg. Awesome work, Greg. Fantastic, man.
Mate, I was hanging on. Chris, I really could have used you, mate.
Don't worry, I just spent 50 minutes thinking about it.